CDOT officials expect cars to travel Colorado's highways by the thousands. So if your Labor Day plans include some travel, their advice is to leave early. Water is one of the most important resources here on the Hutchinson Ranch. It helps grow this hay that then feeds the horses and cattle through the winter. But with a fire threatening the homes of their neighbors, they wanted to help out however they could. First, this home is a bad example. Let's show you why. This cluster of trees right here next to the home is a huge hazard. Flames reach the top of those trees. Your house is in real danger. They say they've never seen a storm this destructive, and it showed no mercy to anything. We're talking homes, cars, and fences, and it's putting a hole in a lot of people's pockets. The dry mud is still the best indicator of how bad this flash flood was. On this vertical beam on the underpass, you can see it's about thigh high. The road about another foot down. So clearly it's a lot of water, a lot of mud that was brought with this flood. So the hope is now with this simulator housed inside the Pueblo County Sheriff's Office that deputies will take advantage of it more often. Two reasons for that. One, it saves on live fire, and two, it still feels real. These trees were brown and green. This road completely intact, but the devastation of the spring fire continues here on the burn scar. With any chance of rain, now you're seeing what it can do.
Her security camera caught Kelsey on video.
She walks in with her baby carrier. Kaylee is inside.
Reporter Sam Kraemer covered the story for NBC affiliate KOAA.
United States crews are at the Midway landfill tonight. They are preparing for tomorrow's search for any clues in the murder of Kelsey Barrett.
Investigators say that search should take a little more than a month. News 5's Sam Kraemer at that landfill between the Springs and Pueblo tonight. Tell us more about the clues they're looking for here, hoping to find, Sam.
Yeah, well, investigators believe that after Patrick Frazee allegedly burned Barrett's body, that he had intentions of disposing of it in a landfill, including the one you see way off in the distance there. Now, that's all according to an interview with Crystal Kenny. She is Frazee's girlfriend and an Idaho nurse that actually already pleaded guilty to evidence tampering in this case. Now, Kenny was interviewed on December 20th, so we asked police why it took so long to actually start this search.
As with any investigation, when you get information from somebody, you got to go through and corroborate it. That takes some time, and then we've never done this. So we've had to reach out to partners across the nation.
Now, Adam says the department has been working with NecroSearch International out of Fort Collins. They employ a landfill search expert to narrow this search. Now, he helped them pinpoint a specific area, which includes a little more than 4,000 cubic yards of trash. Woodland Park Police will be helped by the Colorado Bureau of Investigation and other law enforcement agencies in this search. Again, they start first thing tomorrow morning. They're expected to continue for 35 days. Always watching out for you, Southern Colorado. Sam Kraemer, News 5.
Good evening, and first up at 10, a family counting their blessings after flames nearly took their home of 60 years. The fast-moving grass fire near Ellicott destroyed the garage and a barn, but quick action by first responders could have saved a life.
Our Sam Kraemer was there throughout the fire this afternoon, and Sam, this situation could have been a lot worse.
Oh, way worse. Wind gusts of 45 miles per hour and easy-to-burn brush helped this fire move at a quick pace, covering 400-plus acres in a hurry. But still, a handful of agencies were able to contain it and rescue an elderly woman just in time. Behind roadblocks, all 83-year-old Vivian Frick could do was watch.
I just hope my home is not burnt.
As red flag conditions fueled a fast-moving grass fire right onto her property, the Frick family home since 1963.
Oh, it means everything to me.
But she almost didn't make it. With the fire moving so fast to the northeast, firefighters quickly changed their tactics, moving to evacuate homes in search of people instead of actually engaging the flames.
We had one victim that was rescued from her home who was doing fine, but she did have to be removed from the house by fire personnel.
And thank goodness they did.
I almost passed out because the smoke was so bad, and I'm on oxygen at night.
Once the roadblocks lifted, we took a closer look at the damage. Firefighters were still tending to hot spots at the Frick's garage and barn, each previously full of vehicles, since reduced to rubble. Still, with automatic and mutual aid from nearby fire agencies, they were able to protect some buildings, like the family home.
Unfortunately, a lot was saved because of those their efforts and those relationships.
And those efforts are greatly appreciated by the impacted families. Grass will grow back, buildings can be rebuilt, but the loss of life cannot be replaced.
Thanks a million. I don't know if I could even have gotten away from there if they hadn't have been there to get me and bring me back down here to the corner.
The Falcon Fire says they still do not know the cause of this fire. That is under investigation. They do believe it began around the intersection of State Highway 94 and Blaney Road. Always watching out for you, El Paso County. Sam Kraemer, News 5.
Looking ahead to this weekend, where the names of 250 firefighters will be added to the Fallen Firefighter Memorial in Colorado Springs. Families and friends of those lost in the line of duty here to pay respect for their sacrifice.
And as an extension to that honor to service, more than 100 Colorado Springs area firefighters volunteer their time all week to ensure our guests are taken care of. Only on News 5, Sam Kraemer spent the afternoon with the volunteers. He's live at the memorial with their story tonight. Sam.
Well, in a perfect world, this beautiful memorial, it wouldn't be here. No firefighters would die in the line of duty. Their families wouldn't feel that pain. But this annual event serves as the perfect way to pay tribute to the fallen, a volunteer effort to provide some comfort in the face of heartbreak. Days before the bagpipes are played and the bell is rung, Colorado Springs firefighters take on a wide-scale volunteer operation to care for the families and friends of their fallen firefighters.
You know, when you're coming to a memorial service for one of your loved ones, the last thing you want to think about is getting transportation from the airport or making sure you get checked into your room safely.
The efforts are coordinated from inside a micro dispatch center at the Antlers Hotel.
Okay, how many folks?
Organizing free travel from the airport to the hotel, memorial, and other attractions around town.
We really try to provide an all-encompassing service so that the family members that are coming here obviously get to experience the memorial, but they also get to experience the beauty of Colorado Springs. They get to have that recreational side and maybe take their mind off things a little bit.
One of the more intricate parts of the operation is quality control. Inside each of these boxes, the folded flag given to every family in honor of the fallen, each one first examined by volunteers.
And then inspect that flag, inspect the glass, the wood, everything to make sure that when they receive that flag, it's the best possible impression that they could get.
An impression built on respect, love, and service, because the loss of a firefighter isn't just felt by their home department. It impacts the fire service near and far. Now, Saturday's memorial will actually begin with a procession at 9:30 before the service starts at 11 right here at Memorial Park. News 5, we will live stream that event online. For now, always watching out for you, Southern Colorado. Sam Kraemer, News 5.
Is the biggest question on the minds of kids this Christmas Eve: when will Santa make it to my house? And more than 1,000 volunteers, including military service members, their families and friends, have been on the phone all day answering those questions. Our Sam Kraemer hanging out inside the NORAD Tracks Santa Operations Center. Sam, how many calls have they taken so far?
Yeah, well, Zach, we just got word a little bit before 10 o'clock that these folks here hit the 118,000 call mark, with still 2 hours to go here at the center. If you take a look around, nearly every phone in just this conference room is still staffed. It's a sign of a long-standing Christmas tradition that began with a misdial. In the height of the Cold War, a Continental Air Defense Command colonel took a phone call. It was from a child asking to talk to Santa.
That colonel that was on duty was very quick on his feet. Although he thought it was a prank phone call to begin with, he caught up to what was happening very quickly.
That quick thinking giving way to a tradition now in its 63rd year. With the help of 1,600 volunteers, NORAD tracks Santa's every move on Christmas Eve using high-tech resources like fighter jets, radar, and the sights of a certain reindeer.
Geosynchronous satellites that really are able to lock on to that unique heat signature on Rudolph's nose.
It doesn't stop there. Waves of volunteers staff the phones for 2-hour shifts, answering questions on where Santa is.
Gotta make sure everyone's in bed so he stops by.
The phones do not stop. But neither do the volunteers answering them, like Monica Sakevich.
It's always great to bring in some more Christmas spirit, and all the kids are very happy, and I just love the phone calls, and it just makes me feel really good.
A decades-old effort spreading Christmas cheer to kids around the world with only one big rule.
They need to be in bed for Santa to come to their house. Otherwise, he might circle back, but we know after 63 years that he will not come to a house with a child that's awake.
To help Santa deliver presents to every home without a hitch. Yeah, and the goal for this year was to get to close to 150,000 calls. Last year, they were at 120,000 calls. They'll most certainly beat that. And again, look around. These folks will be here until midnight answering calls from around the world. Always watching out for you. I'm Sam Kraemer, News 5.